Well, good morning and welcome to Coffee with the Coach.
Good morning, Tony. How are you today?
I am well, and yourself?
Doing fabulous.
Fabulous. Well, that's good. We have the first Tuesday of the month is the first day of February, and it's the season of love. Why is it that we have to actually pick a day to celebrate love? Yeah, so at Vino and Vision, the theme for February is love. We have Valentine's Day, of course, coming up, reminding us we're reminding you early to think of those in your life. But my question is, why do we need a day to remind us to celebrate love? Why is that necessary? We should be celebrating love on a daily basis.
Very, very nicely said. That celebrating love on a daily basis, right, Tony? We do celebrate twice, which is, following our 9-module approach. February is a break in the module. We celebrate love and then go back to following our modules again. So that gives us a fabulous way of focusing on specific. So why we focus on specific, right? So it's we as a human being, we have a mindset that we are driven by, right?
Yes.
So, for example, birthday celebration. Many people, they celebrate birthdays, some people don't. But why do we celebrate birthday on a specific day?
Well, we're celebrating the birth of that individual and when they came into our life.
Yeah.
We're celebrating them.
We're celebrating them. So we single out that specific day, and that's called, if it is Tony's birthday, that's Tony's day. If it is Milu's birthday, that's Milu's day. So the way our mindset work is we focus on things that we want to focus on. And by bringing focus to that, brings our mindset to totally focus on something specific. So for example, in February, we have Valentine's Day, right? Happy Valentine's Day. Tony, by the way, is coming. So
thank you.
Yeah, so it's a Valentine's Day. It's a special day for celebrating love. And then some places now we are doing the whole weekend, right? Because I don't know which day this year the Valentine Day is. Is it a Monday, I believe, or
I thought it was
you have to? Yeah.
It is Monday, yes.
Yeah, so it's a Monday. But if you go to restaurants, you will see they're booking up from Friday all the way to Monday. Even Monday going to be a special day. Some restaurants, they are closed on Monday. They will be open on Monday this time, right? So now you can call it a Valentine weekend. So
or for your birthday, I know when I celebrated my monumental birthday, my 60th birthday, I chose to make it 60 days of Tony.
Well, I
extended it.
I cannot wait to see you do a 365 days of Tony birthday when you are 365 years old.
I think I will try to do that for my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I try to celebrate my wife every day in some way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we had the, Dennis was in our session before, and we talked about, why not celebrating love every single day? The only aspect of that is that we, as a human being, we are focused on things that we do. So celebrating love, of course, we have to celebrate it every day. We have to celebrate what we have. The present moment is what we have. That's the key, is to celebrating the present moment fully. And that is actually focus on everything else come to play. Do that make sense to you?
Well, it does. And I understand that, in reality, we all are very busy in life. And so between kids and work and the things that we must do in our life, um, we need to focus on something to bring attention to the point of saying, hey, we need to celebrate love.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, the focus is what we discussed on our vision and vision tree. And recently I had a coaching session when I was working with somebody who wanted to bring the focus back to life and focus on many things that this person was looking for. How do you utilize a piece of art that is called vision tree, where you paint a tree and bring your focus to that? So
to the many things that are important in your life as a part of that tree.
Is part of the tree. So as you are drawing that tree, as you are painting that tree, your mind focus on building that tree based on what you are and where you are going, and what every single thing that suddenly flashes in front of you, because it's a picture, right? And the way the Vino and Vision works and the activity-based coaching works is bringing that together in front of you. Now you are seeing your entire person, entire focus right in front of you as a map, as a plan, as a tree. And it's a pictorial view of that. And as we work with our module and we apply that, your focus goes to the specific things that you needed to achieve in your life in a tree fashion, right? So how the tree fashion works, tree grow from the root, from a seed, it grows, and then it requires sunlight, it requires rain, it requires atmosphere, it requires a lot of good things to its grow. And then trees start giving things away. For example, fruits, shade, shelter. There is a lot of things live on the tree. We if you go beyond human being, you can see there is birds live in the tree. They even build nest on the tree, right? So there is shelter aspect of it. So a tree is an example of how do you focus, and then your focus go beyond you, right? Because now the tree is providing shade and shelter and other things, also improving the environment, a lot of other things, and the beauty, the nature, right? When you go, you are in Utah and you are looking from distance the mountain, and you are seeing all those trees and beautiful scenery, the impact of one single thing to the nature is huge. So when we focus on that one single thing, the tree as a whole creates a living that is totally different than without a focus. So the vision is also based on focus. And you can see many companies, many leadership, many including our personal life and relationship, we focus on what we need to achieve, how do we need to go about, and then it goes beyond us. And it goes beyond us to a point what we need to give away, what we need to contribute, what we need to leave behind, right? So even if you look at a piece of furniture that is built using a tree, wood from the tree, you look at that beautiful piece of furniture and you recognize that tree is still after death, right? You celebrate that life after death. So this is a complete building focus. You cannot have anything better than that, than vision tree. And we work with that with our clients. We work with our coaches as well. And the love that we are talking about in February, we are focusing on our relational dimension, right? And this is the second module of the relational dimension. The first one is self-love. And when you perfect it on self-love, now you're in love. And in love, we build relationship. Love requires more than one. Self-love is you. Love is you plus others.
Well, there are many kinds of love, and I think that's where it extends from the love of yourself, the love of your family and your children, the love of another in a relationship, passionate love. There's many different types of love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in this time, it makes you recall the people in your life that are important to you, and it's not just chocolates for the wife, it is other people that you have relationships with that you may want to reach out and express your love to in some sincere manner. You don't have to say I love you, but you can show them the love in your actions.
Yeah, and that is fabulous for us. You know, in my family life, both of us, our names start with M, so we are M&M, and there is a candy brand on M&M, so we celebrate with M&M all the time, right? So
are you the M&M with the fudge in the middle? It's my favorite.
But yeah, celebrating life and celebrating love comes with this strong relationship with whoever you are with. So just imagine that for a second, right? And the concept goes back to the present in the moment. So whoever you are with in that moment is the moment that you have, and make the best of that moment creates that positive relationship. And that's what we talk about in our love module, how to improve your relationship with others. And it is important that you apply that in your daily life, and it becomes very effective on a corporate setting when we are doing relationship with your employees, relationship with your customers, relationship with your vendors, relationship with your co-workers and colleagues, and all those other things. How important it becomes for corporate life and the leaders. And this module single it out to focus on that. And remember, what is coming after love is happiness. So we break in February and we take love, and then we will go back to vision, mission, vision and dream for our module wise and our theme wise. That's what we do. But in our 9 modulized system, after love is happiness. So if you achieve your relationship to the best, to the max, you will be automatically happy. So we can move into the happiness zone.
But and doesn't the Buddha say that happiness is one of the key elements of love, and that your objective is actually to bring happiness to others? And the more happiness you bring to others, the more happiness you get within yourself.
Yes, it's perfectly said, Tony, because if you look at our relational dimension, in relational dimension, we work with 3 modules: self-love, love, and happiness, and they're all interconnected. You cannot be happy without loving yourself. You cannot be happy without loving others. Your happiness, individual happiness, reside on both aspects of love. self-love and loving the rest of the world or loving everything else in it.
I know it's said that you cannot love someone else until you can love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I think people are very hard on themselves. You know, in general, you know all of your own disappointments that you keep to yourself, and you know we all suffer each day. But I think to I, I think in that situation, if you have that harsh feeling about yourself, if you make an effort to bring happiness to others, that should bring your happiness. So it's almost I don't know if you cannot love yourself, you can't love someone else. It's like if you can make an effort to love someone else, then you can love yourself. It seems opposite to me.
It does, but if you go to the essence of it, you will see how self-love drives love for others, right? It's almost like if you look at our modularized approach in the self dimension, we don't talk about self-love in self dimension. We talk about self-discovery, identifying yourself. That's the first module. And then we go to find out in our motivation, right? So first self-discovery, and then we jumped into positivity is the second module in our self dimension. So first we discover ourselves and find out who we are, what we are doing, what is our specific needs and goals and all those other things. Self-discovery identifies us. And then we make that self-discovery, apply that and become positive. That's why we call positivity is important, because if you are negative about yourself, you cannot have that self-love. So you have to bring in positivity in your life. And once you apply that, so from self-discovery, you moved into positivity. Now you have mastered the positivity, you move to motivation. Means now with the positive force, you are motivating yourself to do something. Okay, so that's the self dimension. But then you move into the relational dimension where self-love come into play. Means you move in from self dimension to the self relational dimension, starting with self-love. Means now you have positivity, now you have motivation. You have discovered yourself, you have positivity, now you have motivation. You are mastering self-love right after that. Means now you know how you are connected to yourself. So it's kind of almost goes hand to hand of understanding yourself to understand other. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It's, you know, people have put a negative term on those who love themselves by saying they're selfish or they're conceited. They only think of themselves. And that seems to be a totally separate element that I think people could be confused of when it comes to self-love.
So in self-love, you have to
respect yourself.
Right. Well, in self-love, you have to understand few of the things. One of the key things is sacrifice, self-sabotage. In a relationship, sacrifice is a big deal, right? And you are very much familiar with that in politics. We call it compromise. You have to compromise.
Compromise is not love.
Right. So compromise has two different angles. One is positive angle, the other one is negative angle. Negative angle comes from sacrifice. Positive
To
angle,
give something up. You have to be willing to give something up.
well, not that. In the positive angle, you have this win-win scenario. I sacrifice something to win something. Means actually I'm not sacrificing, I'm gaining. The negative angle is where we give up, right? So in the compromise side of it, if we give, we sacrifice. Means we are sacrificing ourselves so that relationship can last. So do you see the two angles from positive and the negative? So positive side is win-win.
Sure, I can see that.
And negative side is sacrifice. So that is, if you would draw the word compromise on a blackboard, compromise, negative side is sacrifice, positive side is win-win. Okay? Negative side is sacrifice, positive side is win-win. So in compromise, if you win and win, both wins, means both gains, then that compromise is a winning scenario. We had to give up something. We gave up something that we did not care that much. But we care to our core. That's why we hold that strong and we win. We feel we are winner and the other person feels they are winner. You see that? So compromise, win-win is the positive side. Compromise, the other side is sacrifice. That is called win-lose or lose-lose. Means one person wins, the other person loses. That's the compromise, the negative angle. And
well, I think what you mean is they're both sacrificing something. So that is a lose-lose and a win-win. So everybody.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying opposite of that. So when you look at compromise, this side is win-win, this side is sacrifice. Win-win is positive, means you are compromising, but you both winning. You both winning. When you feel like you are sacrificing, you are in the losing end.
If that's what you focus on, if that's where your mindset is.
Yeah, because you are saying, so just let's put that in a perspective of a relationship, husband-wife relationship. So if you are compromising based on sacrifice mindset, I am giving this up so you can be happy. I'm giving my golf because you can be happy. You want me not to go play golf, so I'm sacrificing my golf for you. So that's the lose-win compromise. Lose-win compromise. One person wins, the other person loses. And that's why that's the compromise, right? But there's sacrifice-based compromise. Do you see that? Now come to this side. This side is the positive side where win-win.
I'll go golfing and then I'll take you out to dinner.
And we meet in the middle. So in the political terms and it's very fascinating subject for me because relationship is where we master, is to creating that win-win mindset. When both parties feel they are winner and both go out there and celebrating because they won. That's the fabulous positive side of compromise. The negative side of compromise, one person going and celebrating, I won. The other person is sitting in there and say, I compromised because I gave up. And that's the relationship we are looking at and to fix. So if you are in a relationship with somebody and you feel negative and they feel positive, there's a difference between each other's feeling. Means you feeling in a losing end of the compromise and the other person is feeling the winning end of the compromise. Our goal as a coach is to convert that to win-win.
So the next time we're going to meet is going to be the 15th of February. So it will be the day after Valentine's Day. So in these next 2 weeks, what parting notes do you want to leave on to help others think about what they can do in their own relationships, the many relationships that we have, to show their love?
Is the positive side of relationship. What it is, compare two hearts and look at them in the same size. Instead of one is small, one is big. Compare them. Whichever relationship you are in, look at the positive side of it. Do not sacrifice in a way that you feel like you are losing.
That sounds good. And I think another thought is everybody goes through life with a little bit of suffering. So if there's something you can do to remove some of the suffering from another person you care of, show them.
Yeah. Yeah, we make this negotiation every day with our kids. You clean your house and I'll give you the key to the car. You clean your room and you get the, so that's called the positive sacrifice, right? It's not sacrifice, positive compromise. So positive compromise is win-win. That's what we need to focus on. And negative compromise is one person sacrifice, the other person wins. We need to get that out of our mindset. And once we can,
I was going the opposite direction in the thinking, not the opposite direction, but in saying, if you give, which is a very important point of yours, give without the expectation of return. If you give to someone to help remove some of their suffering, you will be rewarded as well. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to wonder what that reward will be.
Yeah. And not having that expectation at all means when you expect something, you are in the losing end because you most probably will not get it. So you giving the key to your kid and expecting them to reward you with something and you not getting it, making you feel you are lost. So without the expectation of return is what you give. So your expectation is 0. If you get 1, you're already positive.
Exactly. And the same thing, we just came out of the holiday season. If you gave somebody a Christmas gift, or expecting to get 1 in return of equal value, you might have been disappointed.
Yeah.
If you just gave them a gift because you said, this is important and I think you'll like this. Mm-hmm. That giving should be enough to make you feel good.
Yes, and make you love. So with that said, nurture love with a win-win mindset, with a positive mindset. Compromise with positive mindset, and you will win, and they will win, and we will have winners, not a loser.
Don't be afraid to give. Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. Well, it's good to have coffee with you again. And I will look forward to chatting with you again in 2 weeks.
Very well. And spread the love.
Spread the love. I like that.